Is this the ultimate portable coffee brewer? Let's find out now. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Kalita Caffe Tall. The Caffe Tall is a brewer from Kalita of Japan. And this particular one was given to me by a friend of mine, Raymond So. And he was like, hey man, I want you to try this new brewer. It's really great. Try it. So I was like, all right, let me go try it. And so I took it with me. This is the Caffe Tall. There's actually another version called the Caffe Uno, which is probably about half the height. So it's a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller. Both of them are supposed to be for single serve brewing. And so this is basically it. This is the interior. It's a wedge-shaped type of brewer that has 3 holes. 1, 2, 3. It's got ribbing, so it lifts the paper filter off of the sides of the brewer so that it gets better water flow. So it's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's not really, there's not much to it. I mean, it's not, and it's plastic. So it's really nice like that. So if you're in Japan, these can be had for about 250 yen or so, which is about $2.50 in America. But if you're buying in America, it's actually more like $7. There's actually a deal for you get this brewer as well as Kalita 101 coffee filters for like $7 on Amazon. I'm going to put the link down below so that you can check it out. This is a real simple brewer, and it's durable. It'll take a fall, right? It doesn't break, so I could probably drop it on the floor, no problem. It's also pretty like, you know, soft, not resilient, but yeah, resilient. It's pretty flexible. So if you happen to put it in your, let's say you wanted to travel with it, put it in your luggage and it gets crushed, it probably won't break unless you've like really got massive problems. And basically, I think with the amount of flex that it has, if this gets crushed, it probably means that your whole bag was crushed and everything else along with it. And then this also means that if you want to take it on board and put it in your backpack or whatever, it'll take some of that abuse. So not too bad at all. It works with the 101 filters. These are the Kalita 101. They come 40 to a pack. We did a test in the other video about filters and tasting which is the best one, and the Kalita just passed with flying colors. They're really great. So they come nicely packaged. A little bit of instructions, Japanese of course. You just kind of take the filter, open it up, and stick it in. So one of the things to consider is that because of our testing with the paper filters, we now know that we don't need to actually rinse. So if you're traveling with this, let's say you're one of those guys that wants to make great coffee on a plane, the temptation before has always been to rinse the filters. But now that we know that the filters really don't impart any flavor, at least this Kalita doesn't, you can just get the coffee, pour it in, level it out, and just start brewing without having to rinse it out. But let's say if you're on a plane and you get some water from the flight attendant, you want to rinse out your filter. Well, what do you do with the rinse water? Now we know we don't have to do that, so that's really great. All right, so we've got 24 grams of coffee, and the coffee that we're using today is the Perla Negra. This is a great coffee. This really, really is a delicious, delicious coffee. The Perla Negra is what we call an anaerobic fermentation kind of coffee. We mainly use it at Spro for our iced coffee program, cold brew. Can we get this to stick? But it's great. It's a great coffee both hot and cold, and so today we're going to brew it hot. It gives a lot of sweetness, it gives a lot of milky character, so it kind of has this lovely creaminess that's really quite beautiful. And so that's why we use it for iced coffee, and we're going to use it here today. So we also need a cup. And the nice thing about the Kalita, it fits on a mug, on pretty much any mug. This particular mug is pretty wide, so it fits pretty well. Now if you notice here on the back side, it has a little finger indentation. That just kind of helps you to lift it later, right, as a little firm hold, but also it gives you a space so that you can see into the cup, so that you can actually watch the flow while it's brewing in case there's any problems or, you know, that kind of thing. Now we've got our water in our Kalita kettle. This is actually one of my favorite kettles. It's actually designed by Ichiro Sekiguchi from Caffe dell'Hambre in Tokyo. So it's got this really nice spout that helps you to control the flow of the water really precisely. So let's get into that. So first of all, we're going to saturate the grinds. So we're using 24 grams of coffee, and we're going to use about 350 mils of hot water. All right, as you can see, there is a bloom coming on, so that's nice. There is enough space inside this brewer to hold the full cup, which is something you kind of worry about when it comes to small brewers like this. But as you can see, it's well contained. We've got a nice bloom. Let's break that bloom down. Now, of course, because of the limited size, you can't pour a lot of water, which is good because, a lot of people with bigger brewers, they'll try to pour a whole bunch of water in and instead of controlling the coffee brewing. So I believe this is a better way because now you're really forced to go slow, controlled pouring. We're about a minute and a half, and looks like we're about halfway down. Can we see that here? I don't know if you can see. Whoa! Almost lost that one. But if you can kind of see, we're almost just under halfway through the coffee. Through the cup. So let's start adding more. Make sure we get fully around the edges here. Now, if you are taking this on a trip, it's great if you're stationary. Of course, it slides, right? And, there are tabs here to prevent it from going anywhere, but it can slide. So if you are, and of course, the coffee is right at the very top. So if you're getting turbulence, like on a plane, or if you're trying to do this on a bus while you're driving or on the train, depending on how rough your train may be, it could have some problems. Like, if you're on the Shinkansen, you're probably okay. But if you're on the Amtrak, well, maybe not. But the nice thing also is that for travel, it's very compact. So it takes up very little space, which is nice because if you're working on a little tray on your airplane, it's a lot easier to brew. We're at 3 minutes now. Of course, if you're in first class with a big table and, lay flat seats or whatever, well, why would you make coffee? Somebody's there to make it for you. I don't know if I would. All right, I think we're good. That's about 3:30 now. We're pretty much there. Yeah, 3:45, we're pretty much done. That's just right. That's really what we want to 3:45, that's just really just kind of what we want to see for our coffee brewing. Now we can just put that aside. Whoa, okay, that's too small. Let's get rid of that. All right, cheers. Oh yeah, there's that beautiful sweetness, that beautiful kind of milky character to it. It's really why we called it black cappuccino, because it has a sweet milky character that really blossoms, especially as it really starts to cool down, and it just makes it just delicious. And so it was the first thing that I thought when I was tasting it years ago was, this reminds me of a cappuccino, even though it's all black. So great extraction, simple, easy to use. This brewed a great cup of coffee. No complaints. I mean, look at this thing. What's there to talk about? It's simple. It's got 3 holes that help to retard the flow of the water to really keep that under control. Unlike the V60, where it's just this big hole and just massively flowing through, this is just simple. So you don't have to think too much about it. You just put it on top, pour the water, let it flow, and you're good to go. So, is it the ultimate portable brewer? I'll let you decide, but I think yes. I'm thinking yes, definitely. And it's at a great price point, very friendly to your wallet. very friendly to your pocket in case you want to carry it with you. Like, let's see, how pocket friendly is this? Well, kind of. I can keep it right there, which is great. All right, well, buy the Kalita Caffe Tall. It's a great little brewer, and I'll put a link down below for it. That actually comes with a set. So it comes with the Caffe Tall as well as a box of the 101 filters, which is a great deal. It's only like $7 or something like that on Amazon. And it's an affiliate link, so if you buy it through the affiliate link, it'll help us get a little bit of cash to keep the channel flowing, but it doesn't cost you any additional money. It's just whatever it comes on the back. It comes on the back end. Also, I'll put a link down for the Kalita Pelican kettle, which is a great kettle. That's great. And then also down below we'll have links for the Perla Negra from our website, sprocoffee.com, so be sure to check it out. So we've got the coffee as well as the Barazza Virtuoso, which is the grinder we use here, which is a great little grinder that's great for home and great for home use. It's all metal burrs. They've got a great warranty, and you can get that down below as well. So give that a consideration. Well, that's it for today. If you want to learn more about coffee, how to make it, and how to understand it, start now by hitting the subscribe button down below. Also, be sure to check out our other channel, Spro Coffee, to get even more great coffee content. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.